Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 6. In the previous video, we attempted to get the dead body down from the tree and we failed because we're bad, and now we have to try and talk to the union membership, but we can't because this fucking guy is in our way, and the only way to get past him is to try and beat him up, which we can't do, or become an advanced racist, which I'm not really down with. I don't think Kim would respect me very much if we did that, and I wouldn't want him to respect us very much if we did that. Now, they did hint that there may be an alternate way to get there if we head back to the bar inn thing. Trying to think, is there anything else that we can do around here? Like, because we did come down here and this guy's got some stuff, but I mean, we still only have like a little bit to get all the money we need, which is a little worrying. I mean, I don't really know what happens if we like are forced to sleep on the street. I mean, we are a hobo cop, so I guess it's okay. And I think we're done with those guys. Alright, let's go inside and I guess go back. He said something about getting on the roof. I don't know if we can just access that normally, or... Oh, yeah. Also, shouldn't there be, like, some dudes here now? Or is it still too early? Because, I mean, that looks like the kitchen area. But I guess they're not here yet.
The door is closed.
Oh, I meant to click on knock.
The door is... There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the emotion.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Yeah, but what if I have a pry bar? I guess we could knock again. But I mean, they're taking a shower. Maybe we'll come back in a little bit. What up, Kim? This is our crib.
Cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
I mean, they look fine.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay. What if you don't pay dude, guy? What does this do? Man, we could get out on the balcony. Oh, wait, is that money? 40 cents. I just said don't be afraid to say weird things. I guess maybe we should go talk to the dude. Maybe we do need a key. Could try the door again.
The door is still no.
Okay,
The door still. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
Alright, fine. If I don't have an option to talk about the key, then I'm coming back up there.
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Okay.
Yes, not...
He hates the Union. But
we should find out who this Lord faction is. We don't.
you glance at the clock on the wall behind the man.
Good question.
They're probably...
Whatever he may feel about you,
They probably...
Okay,
I have a
that's all pretty
yes.
much the same. What we had? Oh, we could equip our tank top and then go punch the guy in the... Actually, I mean, if we equip the tank top, pop a little sauce, we'd at least have like a 20% chance or something to beat guy up. You know anything about getting to the roof?
Hello again, sweetie.
I am desperate.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
They don't pay me anymore.
if she could, This woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad
Oh,
lost
God.
person on this earth.
I feel so bad, but it's why we have so much emotional intelligence.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I'm at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
And I could never be a cult leader.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in
I mean, it's like, I think cult leader is maybe the best job
a chipped green banner at the bottom
you could ever
reads,
have.
San Baptiste, summer 31. Dinghy races.
But like, I don't know. I don't think I got the stomach for taking advantage of people like that. I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
How much does this sell for? $3? What the hell am I gonna do with $3? I thought that was gonna be the one-way ticket out of here, man.
The worker is perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. Into the primordial darkness. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
He's gonna beat me up if I take his stuff. And he'd be a little justified. What about over here? Oh no, this is just back to this thing.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce. Silence. No.
Okay, getting on the roof. I wanted to get on the roof. Oh yeah, we got the key to this, didn't we? Forgot about that.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rag. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Nah, you know what you're talking about.
Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should.
Yes,
This is your time
Hobocop.
to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
Can I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
We got HP and morale to spare.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Plus we got our gloves.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Dig in Hobocop style for extra content.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon. Half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
Where? I can't see it.
Never mind. Look at that fat string of archipelagon pearls snaking amidst the banana peels.
Yeah?
And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000. Easy.
I don't think
Unless you're
that's
into
true.
hi-fi yourself.
I'm gonna sell it.
No, you won't. Because none of those things are real. They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste and crisp wrappings.
No, a cruel jest. There must be something.
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Bro, don't judge me, alright? Not all of us get paid like you. Nice cushy government job. Some of us do it for the love of the streets inside of us.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
I mean, do I trust my head or do I trust the trash container? I should probably trust my head, but why would the trash container lie to me? What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes. written in a man's handwriting.
No, when you say man's handwriting, what do you mean by that?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Oh. I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Well, it's got a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin?
What are you talking about?
I speak at the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Alright.
It will also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
The lieutenant peers into the trash container where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
Some items, such as the ledger you found,
I know,
are interactable.
lady.
Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Not right now.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye.
Ooh.
A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage,
Oh,
a
this is maybe the
rank
guy's
smell fills
pants?
the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Maybe he's got something in him?
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
that is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or
Yeah, but what kind of
serial number.
stats does it give?
This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The
Alright.
lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
But before that,
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. The container sounds a muffled gong.
now we take our disgusting hands and touch this small
That's
child.
one thing off the list. I think
Assert
you got it.
dominance over him. I'm gonna touch you.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we all moved past that by now.
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna shoot her. I was just using our authority. It's called being a cop, alright?
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife.
He points towards the whirling in rags and whispers,
Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah. I've been in your room.
probably not.
But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Okay.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Kuno is a merciful king, kind to his wayward subjects.
Ooh, 42. We got a shot at 42, man. Because that's just raw empathy. I don't think we have anything that gives empathy. Oh, no. I was thinking of For some reason, I was thinking this was the main stat. But we don't have a 6 in whatever it is, psyche or whatever. Yeah, because we put an extra point in empathy, I think.
The fuck about it?
Oh, where's the rest of the body's armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
Mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet?
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock in boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
There are contusions all over his body? Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting. No! Vocabulary! My greatest weakness! No!
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get the fuck out of here calling Kuno stupid. Pigs come to Kuno for guidance.
They're probably not gonna
then
help our
say
empathy check.
stupid. The fuck is up with that?
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need you. You're in control of this.
I mean, even if it hurts us, whatever, man.
Why don't you figure your shit out yourself before you come to Detective Kuno for help?
Maybe we should.
Alright, something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Okay, no, it's still the same. Okay, this is still lit up, so maybe there's something new here?
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
You mean the young woman by the whirling in rags? That gardener?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eyes and nods as if agreeing with himself?
Yeah, her.
Okay, okay. The dead man's clothes were in the trash container? How'd they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
Alright.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, dumpster diver.
You ever climb the ladder?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
You would say the ladder's unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
You know acrobat, but you don't know contusion?
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
Oh, if only we could challenge him. Kuno, there's a stack of Eternite back there. I don't know what the hell that is.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material.
Don't I have a single normal thing to say? Yeah, some shit gimps left behind. What are those gimps? Suddenly raise your eyes. Left-handed? Yeah, maybe Kuno would vibe with this.
The fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
Kuno
I don't
doesn't
even know why.
what handed gimps they were.
It just seemed to be the most interesting choice.
Trying to get you to talk gimp, Kuno. Don't talk.
Okay, but I can see without vision with my inner eye.
Inner eye. Fuck are you talking about? Ask me a normal question, pig.
They're trying to make you feel stupid, Kuno.
That is part of
You
it.
glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes, you should go back there.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Okay, I'm
Kuno
off.
doesn't fucking care.
I know how to get over there. I don't really know what they were talking about, like what I'm supposed to interact with.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
Okay, I guess they just mean this thing. Okay, well, let me check. Do I have anything that gives perception? Interact.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Oh god, I don't know. I'm gonna click on it, but I hope this is. I'm not saying that like the whatever's on here has any like validity.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Okay. I don't know what it even says. Mug will be useful by denouncing an attack on political capital amassed by badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. But we don't do fraud or embezzlement. We're a good cop. The only good cop. The only one who's a hobo. A hobo cop. I push it into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology, but why merchants? Are merchants racist?
So again, you dug it out of the trash. Why? It wasn't going to offend anyone there. Why don't you just get back to your case?
I'd like to sell it. I guess I can't. The ledger you found, what does it even say this thing has? A broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the world. It depicts a person of Sumerian descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of a colonial-era antique.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Maybe it's a metaphor for how much you're condescending me.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Okay. Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Leave it there, it's cool.
Way cool.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your fingers across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey Kimmy, what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Yeah, but does it have like your stats on them?
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Okay,
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
got it.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes. Hey, why does I feel like you're throwing shade at my notes?
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Well, let's see if that's true.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for
Oh, can I
1,000
find
real,
someone and
but
get
that
some money?
requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Oh, maybe I could find some people.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Can I go just like arrest Measurehead? Like, if you guys won't let me shoot him.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
It's like the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting.
See, we do our job.
Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about? They're about how we're the greatest cop who's committed hundreds of crimes. I mean, solved hundreds of crimes.
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Well, I mean, they were probably completed. We just didn't, you know, it's just so common for us to complete cases that we don't need to go back and be like, oh, we did it. Obviously, if we take a case, we complete the case and solve it in the greatest possible fashion.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Well,
Arson,
maybe for
petty
you.
theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
There was a mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too. Come on, give me
Yes,
some.
all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Why do kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even
That
the rare
doesn't sound that
article-free
lighthearted.
collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Hey, Kimmy, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. Do you do that?
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean ones with titles. You know, cool ones.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why's that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
You're looking at the guy who solved the square bullet hole murders, I'll have you know.
In your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
Yo, Kim, you're kind of cool. What happened to him?
Spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Well, I don't know. What's more tragic? A rail spike through the head by accident or like somebody murdering you? I don't know. They both kind of suck. I mean, I would probably feel better about a freak accident killing someone I know. But if it's like negligence, then that's pretty bad. But I don't know. Shooting somebody, that's pretty bad too. It's like maybe like the worst thing. I think murder's bad, personally. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more.
Ooh.
15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Well, commit it to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down.
Oh, okay, well, shit. We were making good progress until then.
Interview the cafeteria manager.
Well, we've done 2 of those.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
So the hanged man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick. No, I do know this game was originally called something different. It was something to do with Furies. I can't remember. It had like a weird name. I mean, Disco Elysium is still a kind of a weird name, but it was like... What was it called? It was something that... I don't think... It wasn't this phrase, I'm pretty sure. But I do remember this game originally having a different name. I remember reading something about it like maybe a year or so before it came out. And being like, oh, that looks neat. And then it came out and everyone was like, oh my god, it's like the most amazing game of all time. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And now we're here playing it several years later. Yeah, the Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also...
Yeah, but it's not about the dead body, it's about us.
Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
What a bit. This is so boring. Can't I call him like... I'm not good at names. Or I'm not clicking that. Okay, I'm gonna try this one and then I'll click on it.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so...
Dying is like the setting
Something
sun.
more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane? Usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Alright, how about shit on a stick?
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
Fun is outlawed with this guy. What a knock!
I'll have another name.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
Let me guess, the Hanged Man?
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I'll let you have this one because you put up with our shit, Kimmy. But you did lose a couple points for being so boring.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
I don't know if we have anything that gives us logic.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
I mean, I know, but like, it's highlighted text, which means I gotta click on it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
I mean, maybe whatever it is gonna deal psychic damage to us, but we can take it.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Okay, smell it.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Logic interfacing. Get conceptualization, electrochemistry. And does any of our stuff affect logic? We are getting a +1 here. Alright. Handwritten note from the fridge.
The note is written with a blue pencil.
Oh yeah,
on
this
a
thing's
piece
from
of
earlier. Wheel?
It's the legend. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
Nice.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Meh. Open the hidden compartment.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some. Then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. The ledger quivers in your hand.
Alright, that's cool. I'm not like mad or nothing. Still learning. So -1 authority for another hour. And we still can't do this, right?
An inconspicuous
we haven't tried it
fire
yet.
of the roofing.
Alright. Oh wait, can you not get back there? No, you can't walk around.
An inconspicuous pile because
Okay.
there's a
It's
secret
like we can't
door.
keep failing them, right? Okay, we did almost fail again.
That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Bro, how heavy is that? We got a skill point. Now we could save it to pop before an important skill check or whatever we need. Interfacing. Meh. What was it? Logic? We could put a point to logic. I like to feel smart. And we could also put a point into physical instrument. So put a point in physical instrument, pop a drug, wear our shirt. We have a decent shot to beat guy up. We're gonna save it for now.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Since we still have some stuff to explore, but if we get into like a dead end, then we may want to save our point for that. Empty tube of magnesolium magnesium supplement. A pig head. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
I don't want to listen to you.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Yeah, this is very subtle. Someone is taking narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
He points to the ladder in the corner.
see that ladder there? It's probably another way.
Ah,
into
okay,
the
so this is
industrial
maybe our
harbor,
roof.
no? The secret path the local kids
But he
use.
said the whirling at Riggs. I mean, I guess we're kind of near it, but maybe there's another path in there. So basically, Kim doesn't seem to care that much about drugs, which is kind of based. I mean, I don't think people should do drugs, but I don't think it should be a crime. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. 13 cents. What am I gonna do with that? Always gonna collapse soon. Give me money. Almost $1. Okay, more H pizzle. I would like.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing.
Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Man down. A trooper has been left behind the enemy lines. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak.
A cop's cloak. It's a cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours.
What?
It bears the RCM insignia.
Why would it
and
be
you have
mine?
a habit of being careless with your equipment.
What? Kim?
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Yeah, probably not.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Yeah, let him have his moment of wonder.
His eyes trace the crane's contour as if trying to memorize its majestic shape. Then he notices your gaze.
Well, like, why do I have to jump? Can't we just drop down, like, right here?
Yes. We were in the middle of something. Your clock.
Like, why do I gotta jump? I mean, we can just drop. It's, like, barely a drop. What? I mean, how am I gonna hurt myself? I mean, this isn't even an athletic feat. You're just dropping, like, a couple feet. I mean, unless, like, the perspective's, like, skewing it, which it maybe is a little bit, but still, it's not a... What are we doing up
I
here?
was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right?
He doesn't wait for us to answer.
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
You really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it?
Cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2-meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
I'm just gonna, like, kill myself. I only have a 3... I mean, we could unequip some of our stuff, but I mean, that's still only gonna give us a +2. We don't have anything that gives bonus, right? No. You would think I would remember, considering we have 3 items. I know we have a -2 on that. Our trousers and our shoes. What is sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache? I don't really know what that means, but I mean, I know what panache means. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm not quite pronouncing it right, but how do I... And do I have to jump for it? Is that the only way to get over here? Like, can I not, like, drop down over here? Why do they keep asking for skill checks that I can't pass, man? Except for the one I can pass involves being in advanced races. What the hell is it? What the hell, man? Okay, so we basically have to do that to, do this path.
What do you want to know?
If we're on different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I don't remember being in on anything, except for the hobo lifestyle.
That's good.
Tell me about it.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Okay.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Wonder what this says about me that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. Okay, well, we have several things we can say. Now, I believe the best thing that fits us the most is that we have supernatural abilities, like the ability to peer into the veil.
He opens one hand and looks at it. A moment passes.
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo or Jambo?
Mambo. I have a vivid interior. I see and feel things.
It's always good to have a police officer who can see and feel.
I mean, I get that you're making fun of me.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
So you're volunteered to
We should move.
spoil it?
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoil sport.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Alright.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Sorry, cop. We might put a point in the logic then. I do like being smart. Let's think though, because we may need to go for the physical instrument play, because I don't know how to progress the game. I'm not gonna let him know that I don't remember stuff. I remember all kinds of things. Well, let's take our shot here. Let's unequip our stuff. Real Hobocop don't need pants. Let's save, even though I'm not gonna save scum, even though I'd kind of like to.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings.
It's only a
still
17. I
out
thought it'd be like a
on the railing.
28. What's the worst that could happen? mean, don't jump, you fucking weirdo. Just drop down.
Nope. No. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a
Bro, we
gym
rolled a
rat.
5?
You're a boxer, and you've climbed way too high up there.
I'll make the jump next time.
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Why are we trying to jump? You can just drop down. I don't get it. Fine, I'll put my damn pants back on. Sorry. Maybe you're not familiar with the idea, but this is what peak performance looks like. If you're going to be intimidated by that, you know, that's your own prerogative. Well, I don't know what to do. Maybe we can go try and talk to the union guys inside now, since it's 18 o'clock. Or we could do this light thing.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
How do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Why do you need 2 people to turn this thing on? That doesn't seem like very good design.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Engine
The
start.
dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canema comes to life with a whiny growl.
Whiny? That's the noise? That's what you would use to describe that sound? That was very loud?
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
I mean, they're pretty bright.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Okay.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
A note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Canema's headlights.
Where are we?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different
The
rows.
first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Alright, you got me. What about the next
The
one?
next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Oh, count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do the holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were.
I don't know
should
if I
have
want you
guessed
looking
you'd
at my
keep a record.
stats.
Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Feel like I went around apologizing all the time.
Maybe you were a diplomat or in PR. Doesn't matter.
We are a sorry cop
Let's move
and a
on, shall
hobo
we?
cop.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see.
A bunch.
Wow, more than 200.
I would have thought there'd be more.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Okay. You're saying I used to be a super cop. Well, I don't like the word used to, because we're still a super cop. Well, I mean, we're no longer a super cop. We're something like a higher tier.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
That's... could be worse.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
I mean, preferably we would have 0 if we were like... I mean, I don't know. In theory, we should have 0. But 3 in 20 years could be worse.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week.
What?
I don't really think about it.
You should brush your teeth more often than
There's no
that.
guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. Based. Kim, that is, not those officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Well, we don't know exactly the circumstances of our 3 kills, so we maybe shouldn't declare ourselves the good ones preemptively. You never know. So have you ever, you know?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Hey.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Okay, yeah, you got me.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Okay. Pour out one for the boys?
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
But I spent $3 on this. I spent 10% of my net worth almost on this.
A dark pool of cheap Pilsner appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema.
Well, the gloaming comes for all, but it came first for you.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods.
Okay.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
How close will we to our next level? Not that close. So it's 100 every time. At least, it doesn't seem like it increases based on how many, like, levels you've gotten. I guess you don't really have, like, a level per se. Well, what else is there? We could probably end the video. Well, before we end the video, we might end up going a little long here, but I want to do this while I'm thinking about it.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
Back on the radio.
microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Yeah, can you connect me to the 41st precinct?
Just a second, officer.
To put you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
This is Raphael.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
Number 1 super cop Raphael here.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
It's great.
10-18, 10-20, over.
Just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing.
State your message, sir. Over.
Alright, first things first, I am in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
Is it him? What does he want?
Yo, Jean, what's up?
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Bro, that was the old us.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds. Over.
Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Bro.
Vicmar said...
Who cares what this Vicmar said? Pull on their heartstrings.
Yeah.
Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
Please, it's paramount to the No. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me.
Listen, it's okay.
It's okay. We can emotionally manipulate the cops. It's always ethical.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
No.
What? I thought you had your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown. Stop it.
I really want money. I want to be here. I have
Suddenly,
to.
The necktie feels like a boa constrictor around your neck, squeezing the dear life out of you.
Bro, I just want $30.
Hey, if you don't want to have the most intense orgasm of your life, fine. Don't.
What the hell is happening?
He terminated the connection. I guess he was in a hurry.
I'm scared. I can't breathe. Help me.
The radio falls silent and lifeless. The communications officer has disconnected the call.
What was that? It's okay, detective.
We call it subterfuge in the force.
We should get on with our tasks. Work always helps me center myself. Now, anything else you need from my vehicle, or...?
Damn, I really thought that'd work.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around communication officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops.
Oh, God.
The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
I mean, like, I thought, you know, we were playing the actor, but apparently we just had, like, a mental breakdown.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Vicmar stops to think.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah. She looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firmness to her voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink?
We don't drink.
Jogging with him in the morning?
We just poured our alcohol out.
He's a lost man.
Bro, just give me $30.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Oh, she's so based. The crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
Alright, I mean, maybe we said that. That sounds like something we would click on, but...
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I'm starting to wish I hadn't called.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Am I getting any money or not?
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Well, I kind of wish that it went down differently. I didn't realize everyone was going to make fun of us, because I thought we were just playing it up with some crocodile tears to get them to send me $30. But instead, now everyone thinks we're a loser for some reason. But at the end of the day, we're the one with a pry bar and a bag of trash and some sweet gloves, and they're just a bunch of lame, stupid losers who don't even know what they're talking about. Isn't that right, Kimmy? Next time we'll, I have no clue what we're going to do. Maybe we'll go try and beat up Dude? I don't know. We're kind of hitting some dead ends here, potentially. I mean, there's maybe also some other paths and whatnot that I'm not aware of, but we'll keep exploring. We'll probably go talk to the guys in the Union here. Hopefully they should be there by now. But alrighty, I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.